One can claim that triangles are the most important polygon in math and geometry. Triangles are used everywhere and in every field because of the fascinating properties that they have and the impactful tools that they provide. Triangles are polygons. In fact, they are the simplest form of polygons because they have the fewest number of sides. The fewest number of sides that a shape could possibly have to be considered a closed shape and a polygon. Each triangle has 3 sides and 3 angles. This is a triangle. This one is also a triangle. This last one is also another triangle. As you can see, these shapes, although different, share the same properties. They all have 3 sides, and they all have 3 angles. Let's take this triangle for example. There are many different ways that you can label a triangle. Remember that labeling your shape properly is very important, as it can help you understand it better and also helps you figure out the solution much faster. Also, it makes your work much easier to be understood by your classmates, teachers, or in the future, colleagues. We label the corners using capital letters. We label each angle using the capital letter as well. However, you either have to add this sign next to it or add a hat on top of the letter. Now, for labeling the sides, there are 2 main ways to go about it. First, you can use the names of the 2 corners that the side is a part of. This side is forming the corner A and B. So, when labeling it, we can call it AB with a line above the 2 letters. Or, the second way that we can go about it, we can use the angles to label them. In order to label sides with angles, you have to take the letter of the opposing angle of that side, the angle that is not formed by that side, and then put the lowercase version of it as the label. One of the most important things to learn about triangles is their height and base. You can draw a perpendicular line from each corner to the opposing side. If you do that, the side that was the opposing side is called the base, and the line that you drew is called the height. In this triangle, this is one of the heights and bases. Remember height and base, as we are going to get back to it not only in this video, but in other videos and concepts as well. If we examine triangles by their sides, they divide into different types. First, we have equilateral triangles. These triangles has 3 sides that have the same size. This means that they also have equal angles. Each of these angles are 60 degrees. One other important thing to note about these triangles is that all the heights and the bases are equal in this triangle. Next, we have isosceles triangles. These triangles have 2 sides with the same length. This means that they have 2 same size angles and 2 heights and bases that are the same in size. Have in mind that an equilateral triangle is also isosceles, but it is not true the other way around. Scalene triangles. These triangles have 3 different sides. This means 3 different angles, heights, and bases. This can be any triangles that is not a part of the previous 2 types of triangles. You can also distinguish triangles by their angles. Types of triangles by angles are acute triangles. These type of triangles have 3 less than 90 degrees angles. Every corner is narrow and every corner looks sharp. Then we have right triangles. These triangles have one right angle, which means 90-degree angles, and two acute angles. The two acute angles will always add up to 90 degrees. For example, our acute angles could be 75 and 15, or 60 and 30. The longest side of the right triangle is the opposite side of the right angle. This side is called the hypotenuse. Obtuse triangles. One angle is larger than 90 but less than 180, and the other two are acute angles. The longest side in these triangles is the opposite side of the obtuse angle. Now that we have looked at the meanings, let's get into the basic geometry of triangles. Perimeter. To find the perimeter of a triangle, you must add the length of the three sides. Area. In order to find the area of a triangle, you have to use a formula. Height times base divided by 2. For example, a triangle with height of 4 centimeters and the base of 5 centimeters will have the area as 4 times 5, which is 20, divided by 2, which will give us 10 centimeters squared. Remember that the unit for the area is always squared. For example, meters squared, kilometers squared, or centimeters squared. One of the main things that you must learn about triangles is that the angles add up to 180. This is the case for every triangle. If you look back, there are some rules that are based on this fact. As an example, we mentioned that the two acute angles in a right triangle will always add up to 90. That is because you have 190 degrees angle. The total is 180. As a result, 180 minus 90 is equal to 90, which means that the other two must add up to 90 degrees because we are only left with 90 degrees in our triangle. Triangles are the backbone of many concepts that are used in math and other fields. Without observing and learning them, a lot of things that are present today would have been impossible. This is a list of contents that we explained in this video. There are a lot more to these important shapes than this video covered, but this can be considered a good start. However, if you would like to learn more about triangles and math, make sure to visit our YouTube channel, Mathematic Experts.